but I must tell you, though, that this glass is simply for a prop. I'm not participating at this stage.
Yes, I believe you. But obviously, the first grand final you've ever seen, it must have been a great one to witness.
The atmosphere was electric, Rick. We Broncos barrackers were outnumbered, but we made up vocally. I got to go down. I was one of the privileged few, actually. I went down with the Broncos mascot, and we got to sit on the bench. Here's what happened.
Daniel Hamill's school holidays were sent into a tailspin last week when he won the Broncos mascot competition. Since then, he's felt some of the nerves his heroes endured before the big game and become caught up in the Broncos mania which swept Brisbane. Like the players, Daniel prepared for the grand final with some hearty sustenance at the players' brunch. Time for some quick autographs and then on to the Sydney Football Stadium. His mascot debut edging closer and nerves setting in.
OK, Daniel, how are you feeling at the moment?
Really excited and a bit nervous.
Behind closed doors in the dressing room, Daniel met the Broncos and warmed up for his national appearance as their team mascot. But unlike the team, Daniel devised a fairly simple strategy.
Yeah, just run out and run back.
But before Daniel could take centre stage, Tina Turner strutted her stuff with backup vocals from a 42,000-strong chorus.
You're simply the best! It's just 2 minutes till kick-off. Tina Turner's done her thing. Now it's time for Daniel and the Broncos.
And thus Daniel, followed by his favourite player Alan Langer, led the Brisbane Broncos to victory. Duties complete, he took the best seat in the house, on the bench next to the Brisbane Broncos reserves and trainers. With a perfect view of the action, Daniel scorned the Dragons and yelled advice to the ref. From the edge of his seat, he watched the Broncos gain and hang on to their lead.
Shut the gate! Here's Brisbane's first! He takes the inside pass and Matheson! Long pass, it's gone out wide for Cairns! There's the grand final!
Until the final siren signalled sweet success for the Broncos, and Daniel celebrated the end of a day he's likely to never forget.
Yes, it was a great victory, and you and young Daniel had a good time?
Yes, Rick, there was a great feeling of solidarity among the Broncos fans. But I've been overtaken here. I'll have to leave you on this. We're going to have a drink. We'll see you later.
All right, thank you for that. Have a good night. Karen Huff doing it tough. Well, for those of you who prefer science fiction to sport, Brisbane played host to the Conquest Sci-Fi Convention on the weekend. Hundreds of devoted fans from all over Australia dropped in. But as Tony B and Cotty found, they're tired of being portrayed as wacky space cadets.
When you go to a science fiction convention, it's like beaming into another world. Conquest is an all-encompassing sci-fi club, but Star Trek is the star attraction.
Welcome to Conquest 93.
This family trekked all the way from Bendigo, especially for the convention. Leo is a computer operator, and if people think his family's funny for dressing in Star Trek uniforms, he just says it's no stranger than dressing up in football colours.
It's just a little bit of relaxation. I mean, people who play footy go out and get the particular number of their football star. I mean, it doesn't mean that all day long they think they are their football star.
And there's always the next generation of Star Trek fan.
Do you like the old series or the new one?
The new one.
I'm guilty of reaching out to you.
Sci-fi fans come in all shapes, sizes and ages, and conventions aren't just places where men boldly go.
And are there a lot of women science fiction fans?
Yes, I know a lot of my friends are science fiction fans. Most of the women in my family are science fiction fans.
Students have always been big fans, and if you haven't guessed it, Neil's hero is Captain Kirk.
I love that he's way with the ladies too, even green ones.
Special guest was John Delancey, who plays Q in Star Trek The Next Generation, and the audience was starstruck.